Hey everybody, Eric here on Thursday, October 20th, with the comics that came out on Wednesday, October 19th, but I didn't pick them up until today. So today is when I'm making this video, and we're going to jump right in. This is what I picked up this week from the comic book store, Comics R Go. Alright, right off the bat, Crypt of Shadows, #1 from Marvel Comics. It's a one-shot horror anthology. We got Man-Thing and X-23, or Wolverine, I don't know what she goes by anymore, on the cover, is what I was getting at. Werewolf by Moon Knight. I can't tell by the titles. Looks like there's 6 stories. Can't tell necessarily what all of them are, except for Werewolf by Moon Knight. But 6 stories, different writers, different artists, horror going on top of the pile. Then we have Parasomnia, The Dreaming God, issue 3 from Dark Horse Comics, written by Cullen Bunn, because you have to have a... How is it a week of comics if you don't have Cullen Bunn? So the sequel to Parasomnia, 3rd issue. Haven't read the first 2 yet. Eventually I'm going to get to this stuff. But I love Cullen Bunn's work, and the first series was good. The Silver Coin, #15 from Image Comics. Horror anthology, so each issue is different. I believe the same, in this case, writer and artist. But I believe it's the same artist in every issue with a different writer. But, the guy at the comic shop said that this is the last issue for a while. It's going on hiatus. But it's been pretty cool. Nice, just a crazy, eclectic mix of horror stories, all sort of connected by this mysterious silver coin. Okay, this does not tell me how many issues this is going to be. I don't think it's a one-shot. Yeah, it says to be continued. Anyway, this is Harley Quinn, the animated series Legion of Bats, issue 1 from DC. Down here, spinning out of the HBO Max show. I really liked the... I love the show. I liked the comic book, the Eat, Bang, Kill tour, which took place between seasons 2 and 3. I haven't finished watching season 3 yet. But this should be a lot of fun. Some of the panels I've seen from it look really fun, and I like the way they treat the Bat family characters, especially Damian Wayne, on the show. Is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that one. Okay, here we go. DC versus Vampires All Out War, #4 of 6 from DC Comics. And this is it's black and white with splashes of color, usually red. And there's a backup story, and it's sort of filling in little bits from the main DC versus Vampire series. So you don't have to read it. You could just read the main series. I think you could just read this, maybe. But I've been reading the main series, so I can't necessarily say. But I'm liking this series a lot. And then we have DCeased, War of the Undead Gods, #3 of 8 from DC Comics. The 3rd, technically, in the DCeased series. Third story. This is the 3rd issue of the 3rd story. But there was a side story? I don't know what you'd call it. But again, this is DC Zombies. Really, really good stuff. Moon Knight, #16. I dig that cover. And this has been a really good series so far. And it has Tigra in it every once in a while. But I'm a huge Moon Knight fan. Marvel Comics, in case I didn't mention it. I'm a little behind, so I don't know what to say. All right, now we have Aquaman Andromeda, #3 book 3. This is DC. It's Black Label. You can see it's oversized. It's bigger than the other books, and I believe this is the last issue. It's just a 3-issue series, and beautiful artwork. Haven't read the first 2 yet. And Rogues, number 4, which is the last issue of this series. DC, Black Label, oversized book. Haven't read the first issues yet because I'm really that far behind. But I dig the Rogues. These are the Flash villains. Captain Cold, Gorilla Grodd, Mirror Master, Heatwave, all of those guys. Now we're getting into some trade paperbacks. Very excited about this. This is Ms. Tree Deadline. This is the 4th Ms. Tree collection, collecting all of the old series. This is written by Max Allan Collins. And if you watch my reading remembrances, I've read it. There's been a ton of Max Allan Collins books on there that I've read. Most people, I would say the general populace, would be most familiar with his work because he wrote the original graphic novel on which the movie Road to Perdition is based, the Tom Hanks movie. So even if they don't know that it was based on a Max Allan Collins comic, I think people have seen Road to Perdition. But Ms. Tree, great book back in the day, and I'm very excited to have these collected editions from Hardcase Crime and Titan. And then I was going to say something else about Max Allan Collins and Road to Perdition. Max Allan Collins wrote the novelization of the movie. And if you look at the cover of the book, it says Road to Perdition, novelization by Max Allan Collins, based on the screenplay by whoever wrote the screenplay, based on the graphic novel by Max Allan Collins. That's all on the front cover. Craziness. Let's get back to the comics. This is Banner of War, Hulk versus Thor. This was not a mini-series, unfortunately. It is that thing they do where they have a storyline jumping between 2 books. So this reprints, Hulk versus Thor, Banner of War Alpha, and then Thor, number 25, number 26, and Hulk, 7 and 8. And since I get the Hulk, I got this. I get the Hulk trade paperback. So this is going to go between like volumes 1 and 2. I guess I should have shown them that way, the thing. But so it's got, it's 5 issues of stuff in here. And if I was getting the monthly issues of the Hulk, I would have picked up the 2 issues of Thor. But it's all collected in here. And then a book I didn't order. I was on the fence when I was going through the previews, putting my order together. I couldn't decide if I should order this or not because I've read it before. I don't have the comics anymore. But it came in and I was like, you know what? I might as well just grab it because it's good stuff. I'll read it again. This is Illuminati from Marvel Comics. And this has collecting New Avengers Illuminati one-shot and New Avengers Illuminati 1 through 5. Written by Brian Michael Bendis and Brian Reed. And this is the Illuminati. Let's see, it's Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Professor X, Black Bolt, the Submariner, and Mr. Fantastic. And this is sort of, someone called it retconning history, which is retroactive continuity. I guess technically that's what it is. It essentially, these are stories that show how these people came together to form this secret group, the Illuminati, and how they affected certain things throughout the history of Marvel. So it took stories from as far back as the 70s, earlier maybe, and showed that, oh, this group was together back then, and they actually sort of twisted events, and that's why these storylines came out the way they did. I find it pretty interesting. As I said, I read these when they first came out. It's good art. Good. I like Brian Michael Bendis generally. I think his work on Marvel was a lot better than what he was doing at DC. But yeah, so I grabbed this. As I said, I was on the fence, but figured I'd pick it up. That's it. That's all I picked up this week. A little bigger week than the last few. Finished off a couple series, started another one. You know, average, maybe. Average week overall. I'm tired and I have a headache, so I'm a little out of it this time. So I don't have a question for you. Just I'm going with the generic. Did any of this catch your eye? Of all the stuff that I just showed, what would be most interesting to you? What would you like to read? Let me know, down in the comments below. And if you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. You know, all that YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is ErikSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH5757. That's all I've got for you this week. So until next week, read more comic books.